But we do have our caller back. Welcome to the show. We were just talking about the Nakamura game. Your thoughts on Nakamura?
Well, I'm just impressed with his ability to do the blitz stuff and think so quickly. I'm just mesmerized watching some of those games in the past, and then today too was just a great example of a precise game. Not that I know much about chess, to be honest.
Now, Nakamura said that speed skating would be his sport of choice if he was able to play in the Olympics. How do you think he would fare?
My guess is quite well. I mean, I think the ability to focus in our sport is the key, and that's why I've become so enthralled with chess, is focusing on the right things at the right time is such a critical component. And I've found out firsthand by, testing the waters a little bit myself that once I lose focus on the right things, things can go downhill quickly. And it's the same thing with speed skating. You really need to key into some fundamental things in order to be successful.
Fascinating. We have Mike Matheny, the manager of the Cardinals, who's an ambassador for the St. Louis Chess Club, and he says now they have a couple of chess sets in the clubhouse, and the players love it. Do you see the speed skating team in the Olympics playing some chess on the breaks?
Well, I certainly wouldn't rule that out. I think as I've kind of dove in myself, the more I learn about it, and then I can manage to bring that over to the athletes that I coach. Like I said, I just think some of the psychological components there parallel each other really closely, even though it's a sport of movement.
Right. So if somebody has trouble focusing on speed skating and they blunder a lot, what do you tell them to do?
Well, it's kind of getting back to those basic things. I mean, my example that I think of for myself is, my first competition ever, going against like a 10-year-old kid and sitting there as a 40-year-old man with my hands sweating and my heart pounding, being super nervous, the way that I'm talking to myself in order to regroup, and then also just the basic principles for me, king safety. I start winning the game, and then I lose track of keeping my king safe, trying to do this attack, and then, one move later, and my tournament's over.
Wow. And what's the corollary to that in skating? Balance? To like king safety?
Well, to me, I use just fundamental principles of the position that you're skating in, your basic position, the rhythm that you're skating with, making sure that your body weight is on the push, kind of these really fundamental things that when we get nervous, we can really count on in the heat of the moment when we're competing on the highest level.
Let me ask you, Matt, what speed skater would you say has that psychological edge? Someone who may not necessarily be athletically superior to others, but is so mentally tough that players are stunned at performing at that higher level. I mean, the skaters are stunned he performs at high level.
Well, right now I would say my top girl, Brittany Bowe, who's won the World Championships the last 2 years, psychologically, I think she has this ability to focus beyond what any of her competitors are able to do and push her to limits that no one else can reach. And I think that's been one of her key components. But, she too, even as one of the greatest skaters in the world right now, has some hiccups here and there and has to reevaluate what they were focusing on instead of, like I referred to that attacking analogy in chess, like attacking too much and then losing track of some of the basics that actually help you skate fast. So right now, Brittany Bowe is probably the top one.
Great. Well, thank you so much for calling in and for watching the broadcast with your son.
Supporting Hikaru.
That's right, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure.
We'll see you in St. Louis one day.
You guys are doing great.
Thank you. Visit us one time.
Yes.
I would love to. Yeah, hope to someday.
Great. That would be so awesome. I have to work on my the speed skating / chess competition.
Yeah.
I need to not fall.
Yeah, that's part number one.
Thank you.